Greetings. This is Skyler Saunders seeing what's current. Well. We have feuding, not beefing. This is feuding. There's real beef. People have true, serious beef. I've said this before. 50 Cent and Ja Rule have beef. They will most likely never get on a track together, never, dap each other up, never see each other in the club and say, "What's up?" Never. It'll never happen. I can't, for the foreseeable future, I don't think it will ever happen. Rick James is in the building. Salute to him. I'm not even going to repeat. He's got something crazy saying. Let me see. Can I repeat that? Let me say. Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best, you get the tie best. I'm reading it how it's written. I present the man who is ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden dream. I present the man who looks through the looking glass. Skyler Sabder C. Been messing with the keys. The angel dust is something serious. Kids, stay off of drugs. I mean, until they're legalized, stay off of drugs. And even then, even when they're legalized, stay off of them because you shouldn't be taking them because they mess up your brain. All right, so what are we into today? Drizzy. This is Drizzy's story, really. This is really Drizzy's story because I don't want to talk about Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, too strongly. I pretty much disowned him from his catalog starting with Vultures 1. Anything before that, Donda 2, Donda, College Dropout, Graduation, 808s, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Life of Pablo, Yeezus, all of that, I'm cool with. I'm all right because this is before it was like, oh, he had an outburst. He had a little outburst. He had a little tiff. He was complaining. And you just like think, oh, he was just talking about the president. Oh, okay, he's just talking about the president. Oh, that's all right. We'll let that go. But now it's like he's going, full throttle on virtually everyone from Adidas to Drizzy. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. And Drizzy is smart. He's a smart guy. He's a very clever man. He had a post from I think 2014. I think it was about a decade ago, or maybe 2015, something like that. But when 50 Cent was rattling off the list of names that Floyd Mayweather was saying "F you" to, he was like saying "F you" to Nelly, "F you" to 50. And he's like, why did he say my name? And then 50 went on to say, Nelly took 50 Cent. Nelly took Mayweather's old fiance, and he should be saying "F you" to him for that and other reasons. But I just want to say how the feuding is so weird and goofy and stupid. And if you're not going to have like a full-fledged rap battle like Jay-Z and Nas, I would say just quit it. Just stop. I mean, if you have a rap beat battle, like Benzino is doing with Eminem, I mean, that's something different as well. That's something on a different level. But what I can understand is the fact that there are so many people that are rooting for Drizzy. Obviously, he had the number one album. He's got the number one single in the world. Like I don't know if is he doing something right. I can't tell. Rick James says the only good thing about Benzino is what came out of his pants and made his beautiful daughter. Okay, very true. She is very good. What's her name? Benzino. Always forget her name. Coyle Ray. Coyle Ray. Yeah, she's very attractive. She doesn't have a stupid name. I think her name is beautiful. But anyway, you're the only one riding with me, apparently, Rick James. So, strap in and put on your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Be jumping. But anyway, Drizzy was smart. He didn't go the route of saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna launch a full diss song at him," which he could have done. Which if you're gonna battle, if you're gonna feud with someone, go that route. But he went a different route. He went the viral route. He went the internet age route. He put up just like, why did he say "F me"? Like, But the reason why Ye would say that he said "f you" is because he took Lil Durk on tour, and Lil Durk is, of course, a fellow Chicago rapper like Ye, and he wanted, I guess, shield him from going on Drizzy's tour. I guess I don't know. It's goofy. It's weird. And Drizzy and Ye have had a checkered past. Starts way back with the best I ever had video, which was trash, except for the big boobies and the behinds on the women that were in the shots. But it was dark, and it was not dark in the sense like even close to being something of weight. But it was dark. You could hardly see. It was bad lighting. It was a corny storyline. He loses at the end. Spoiler alert. Um, but it was just really stupid. It was just really dumb. And guess who directed that video? Drake's video, Mr. Ye. So then we fast. Then on the album, it's probably one of the worst songs on the album. "Find Your Love," uh, produced by Ye. Um, I think that was probably one of his lowlights for Drake. Um, then you fast forward a little bit more. I'm probably missing other. Well, they were on a song together, but they didn't really. I think they had emailed their songs in. But on Drake's Forever on the LeBron James soundtrack, his documentary or movie or something like, or feature film that he had in 2009. It was featuring heavyweights: Lil Wayne, Eminem, Ye, and Drizzy. And this is how we knew Drizzy was going to break out, because he was already in position with these superstars, megastars. So I think that Drizzy, he also had a collaboration with Big Sean, and Big Sean, I'm sure he doesn't mess with Ye anymore either. He's not messing with him too much. I'm trying not to use profanity if you haven't noticed yet. Um, Rick James says, "Call me crazy, but Frizzy is more talented than Ye, no contest." You know what? I like to sometimes I compare basketball players to rappers. I compare Ye to Magic Johnson. And I compare Drake to LeBron. It's hard to compare the two, but there are similarities and there are differences, and they have certain stats that are alike, certain stats that aren't alike. But they just have just their style and the way they came in the game, and the way they changed the game, and the way they promoted the game, and that's what gets it for me. But three people in here, 3 likes. I'm not mad. Thank you very much for that. I'm at 200. I'm at 483 subscribers. I need to get 10 billion subscribers. It has to be 2 billion more than there are people in the world. But no, seriously, I need at least 1,000 subscribers. So I need at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of April. That's what I want. At least 1,000 subscribers by the end of April. You guys can help me with that. Rick James, you can help me with that. Tell more people about this show. Let more people know I'm on the air. Know when I come on air. It's usually around 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. So let that be known. All right. Just a little bit of thank you, Rick James. I still have to check out Rachel's Ghost. I totally forgot about it, to be honest. I totally forgot about Rachel's Ghost. I have to look it up. I have to answer something real quick. Just real quick. Yeah, so just getting that clear. Now I'm back to one. So it's still Rick James. All right, so um I think that it's imperative upon Drizzy, Drake, lover, certified lover boy, pause, to be aware of this little feud. It's just a little tiff. It's not nobody's grabbing gats, and nobody's getting the blickies and the ooh wops and the blammers. Nobody's gonna be doing that. They had a song together also that I liked. They actually had a song I liked. They sampled the uh what's it called? The Earth, Wind and Fire song. I think what was it? Keep your head to the sky? I can't remember. I'll look it up real quick. Earth, Wind. I'm looking it up right now. Still looking it up. Devotion. That's what it was. It's Devotion. That was a hot record. That I actually liked that record. It was a struggle record. It was saying like, Ye was saying, I remember having the car, my car on the tow truck, and then nobody showed me no love or something like that. Some crazy mess. But I actually liked that song. It was pretty together. It was put together well. That was on More Life, which was what, 7 or 8 years ago. Jesus Christ, time just keeps ticking on. Will stop for no man, as the cliche goes. But anyway. Drake, I think, scored a point. In my book, he scored a major point, really, against Ye, because Ye is definitely unhinged. He has bipolar disorder like myself. And he is, maybe allegedly not taking his drugs. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't know the facts behind that. He's allegedly not really um, responding to the reality of his position. His position is to be a great father and to be a loving husband to his wife. Those are his positions. And to be a great artist. Even though I'm not going to listen to his artistry until he has a super huge turnover. It has to be a completely like not that fake, false bullshit. I'll say bullshit, but he not that fake, false little note that he said for the Jews or something like that, which was probably orchestrated by artificial intelligence or learned machines. Um, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. It's a very strange kind of situation when you have people that go on and don't really know how to handle their lives. I'm just responding. These women out here, it's a special case. We're gonna get to that in another post. But yeah. So I think that Drake has definitely scored another one. He kept it classy, kept it cool. He didn't go off on him. He didn't use a hot head and start cussing at him and whatever like that. He was just like, man, let me just dig up this 50 Cent clip. Why'd he say me? Why'd he say F you to me? It's weird. It's like, but that was the reason, because of Lil Durk. I mean, allegedly, that was the reason why he was saying all that, because of Lil Durk. And that's the sad part about this whole case. That's the sad part about everything that has led up to this point. Is that these rappers should have more, foresight. And it seems like I try to, relate them to basketball players, but they're more like wrestlers. Hip hop is a big wrestling ring. It's goofy, it's corny, it's whack, it's hot, it's tight at the same time. Like professional wrestling. Like, could you imagine if there was like Olympic style wrestling or like high school level or college level wrestling? You'd be like, what the hell is this? I mean, what? But you bring out chairs and tables and tacks and got to grab a suspended bag from the air using a ladder, and they use the ladder as a weapon. Like, that's professional wrestling. That's hip hop. That's rap. professional wrestling. That's why they're so closely related. Because you have superstars. You had my era. I don't know who the hell is in there right now, but my era was John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock before he was Dwayne Johnson. Those huge Undertaker, who recently just passed away, Iron Sheik. A little bit before my time, Ric Flair. Woo! Let me think. Hulk Hogan, brother, brother. So that's special to me. I think that's really engaging, and some of that is very, I think, thoughtful. I think it's thoughtful to consider WrestleMania and hip hop's biggest rap stars and rap feuds to be like WrestleMania or different things like that. That's what they are. Nobody really is serious. No, it's not like 50 Cent and Ja Rule. That is serious. Drizzy and Ye is just funny. It's hilarious. There's hardly anything funny about Ja Rule and 50 Cent. It was over something stupid and goofy at the beginning. Somebody got stabbed up, or pushed around in a club or something like that. I don't remember all the details, but that was like the gist of that, feud or that beef. They actually do have beef. So they have drama, stress, and or tension. That's what they have with their feuds. They have drama, stress, and or tension. And that's the big difference between them. And it just plays out just like wrestling. It's the same kind of storylines, same kind of. It's almost like they're written, but I'm sure they're not written. I mean, that I know of in hip hop, they're not written. They don't write down like, oh, today we're gonna have a plot line. We're gonna have a B story. We're gonna have different things like that. You're gonna have to lose this one because you're a heel, and the hero will have to prevail. And that's the weird, goofy world of wrestling, professional wrestling, WWE especially, World Wrestling Entertainment. Is that world? Is it Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment or just World Wrestling Entertainment? Something like that. I'll check it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, World Wrestling Entertainment. Okay. Yeah, so that's all it is. It's entertainment, kids. It's entertainment. It's all about entertainment. It's all entertainment. That's all this is. People scrapping and fighting to get on a record label and put out hits and get money and get girls. That's what it is. Rick James says it's a clack claw fight with them. Yeah, exactly. It's that was a very astute observation, Rick James. It's like a cat claw fight. It's going back and forth at each other. Two little kittens, or maybe they're big cats. Because I'll give them that much. Maybe they're two lions fighting each other. Two tigers, two Bengals fighting each other. That's what is most key to finding out this whole situation. I really enjoy this kind of feuding. Nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's waging a East Coast West Coast beef. I mean, it'll be an international beef with Drake coming from Toronto and be going outside the states, and then Ye from Chicago. It'll be a Midwest kind of thing. Blow up like Middle West in the Middle West, like they blow up in the Middle East. I think he said something like that. It's a shame, really, though, that they don't really understand the dynamics. I don't think they do understand the dynamics. Like, especially Ye. Ye really has no clue. Ye really doesn't have a clue. He's very emotional. He said that in interviews. He said, that, and this is before he went back on his word. He said, "I'm not going to be into politics." What did he do? Run for president. He said, "I'm emotional. I'm social." You know, that's what he was arguing on his mixtape. The Can't Tell Me Nothing mixtape. He was saying, "I'm social. I'm emotional. I'm not political." And most of the songs are actually political if you really read through the lines. But I think it just goes to show you, as the cliche says, that two men can have, you know, a subtle feud, you know, not go to blows or pick up the guns. They can have their own set of views and set of viewpoints espoused through hip hop, through music. And what Ye has done is, I think, unprecedented. I don't know how. Ye is like Trump. Ye is just like Trump to me. They can get in as much trouble and issues and problems and still leading in the polls. #1 album, #1 single. No wonder he was riding with Trump and with the MAGA hat and all that. Because it's counterintuitive. The worse you do, the better you get. And I guess I'm guilty of that too. Because I'm bipolar, and the worse I got, the more money I got. So to tell the truth, I mean, I earned it. I deserve it based on my condition. I'm not lying. I didn't make up anything. I have stacks of documents that show the fact that I'm bipolar and that I, you know, am in line to get these funds. But it's kind of different with Ye. It seems like he's very, you know, low key, kind of, sort of, you know, just kind of, sort of like trolling, but not troll. It's a very goofy, weird space to be in. That Ye has found himself. He looks at the rap game like, I can run this. I can wear Air Force Ones again. I can wear Nikes. After he had Nike Yeezys, and those are hot. Those are the Yeezys. They look like the sneakers from Back to the Future 2. That's what they look like. But he apparently doesn't have a deal with Nike anymore. But he's showing off their wares. He's wearing all black Nike Air Force One. I think lows too. And there are memes that, you know, say how if you wear black Nike Air lows, that means that you're up to no good. You're in trouble. You're either or you're working the yard or cutting the grass or something like that. Like, there's so many memes out there like that with black Air Force One lows. But Ye definitely has found himself in quite a pickle, I think, by going after Adidas, by going after, you know, Drake, by going after all these different figures who are, you know, a multi-billion-dollar company. First of all, let's not even talk about Drake for a second. A multi-billion-dollar company is saying "F you" to, and they have control over his. From what I understand, I could be wrong, but they have control over his inventory. Like, they paid him out, I think, like $45 million or something crazy. I can't remember. You can correct me in the comments. But yeah, so Ye had, you know, a multi-billion-dollar company saying "F you" to, after Gap dropped him, after some, you know, different banks dropped him, after so many other different organizations dropped him and repel against him. He comes out with a #1 hit album and a #1 single. Go figure. Donald Trump has 91 criminal indictment cases. 91. Now, they'll probably be knocked down to about 3. And he'll probably get off on those 3. I don't think they're going to stick. I'm at 0 viewers right now. So, rebroadcaster land, make sure you share and send me a Cash App. Send me a cash app. You can do that 24/7. You don't have to be a live show. You send me a cash app right now, or while doing the live show. But after the show goes off, you can send me a cash app. It's possible. It's very possible. All right. So we have, two brilliant men. I can't take away Ye's brilliance. He's a brilliant minded man, artistically. Socially, he's completely inept. He doesn't know how to control himself. He doesn't know how to control his thoughts, his emotions, his anger. He doesn't know how to be a proper human being socially. Artistically, he's off the charts. He's amazing. But Drizzy is the same way in that regard. He's like artistically and socially. Socially, he's a very astute gentleman. He knows how to, care for the ladies. He knows how to dress men properly. He's a very stand up guy. Very he's a mensch. He's part Jewish, so I can call Drake a mensch. And Yeezy, Ye is the heel. He is the heel in all this, and the the professional wrestling realm. He's the heel. He takes his time and continues to be one of the biggest villains. Like he was that's the thing. He just like in Batman. You can let me make sure I get the wording right. You can either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's what's happened to Ye. He's seen himself become the villain. He was the hero. He was the underdog. He was the pink polo wearing, Louis Vuitton bag strapped on. Pause. What kind of what was he wearing? I guess he had just like regular boots or something like that. I don't know, but he had the jeans, the stress jeans. He was talking about how he got in a car accident, how he loved his mama. We were like, yeah. What you at that time? We were like, yeah, Kanye, woo. No, not now. He flipped over. Nobody cares about him, but they still respect his mom, who passed. Nobody cares about him, but we care about North, Psalm, Chicago, and Saint. Nobody cares about him, as a person, but as an artist, people obviously care about him. But as a person, nobody really cares about him. And that's because that's self-made. He made that himself. Ayn Rand once said, "A man is just as a man is of self-made wealth, so is he of self-made soul." She didn't mean that in a mystical sense. She meant that in the sense that you build your own character, you build your own life, you build your own person. And that is key to who you are and what you do. So that is very apparent when it comes to this Drizzy and Yeezy feud. Not to be confused with a beef, because it's stress and or tension, and or drama. That's what all this is. That's all this is. And it's playing out before the world. But I think, like I said, Drizzy definitely scored the point. Definitely scored a point over Yang. He just had like a subtle, quick, let me just show off this video real quick. Let them know, who's gonna win this feud. And it didn't take much. All I had to do was it's like a clip that's like 6 seconds long. And it's like F you, F me. Why I say F me? Like that's what's so engrossing about hip hop. That's what keeps it alive. The machismo, the I say it's mysticism, narcissism, and mercantilism. That's what Eminem, stands for in hip hop. Not Eminem to confuse with Marshall Mathers, but Eminem as in terms of what the genre is, it consists of now. It wasn't always that way, but it's that way now. So We have to always take that into account. M&M the candies. No, not M&M the candies, Rick James. Not even in the closest sense. But Jersey beat Ye so far. He's winning. All right. So I want to talk about something that's been in the news for the past few years, and I don't think I have addressed it. I looked at on one of the sites, and it just showed something. I think it was World Star. It was World Star, and it was talking about how a young boy was suspended from school because of his mother's what OnlyFans page. Now, this has been going on since OnlyFans started, and this is what's been going on since the days of any era, really. I don't know what other era. It's been going on for decades, maybe centuries. What's OnlyFans? Get out of here, Rick James. Shut up. You know what OnlyFans is. But anyway, he he got suspended, and this is the difference. This is the big, huge difference. This is why all schools need to be privatized, because a government school, or like people would like to say, public schools, a government school should not have anything to say about a mother of an adult who has an OnlyFans page. That should not even come into conversation. If the boy was on, if he was on, OnlyFans, that would be a huge problem for the mother. That would be her fault. She'll be putting a minor on an adult site. That would be a case. That would be something that you could say, oh yeah, definitely she needs to go to, she needs to do some time for that, or get fined or something like that. Some serious action needs to be taken against her. But for the little boy or the little girl or whoever it is, this goes back to strippers, at the booby bar. They can't have kids that go to school because they're showing off their titties and their asses. They've been doing that for decades. Kids, my mom is a stripper. Your mom's a stripper? What? Like, I'm sure that's happened before. And other things like, oh, that's cool. I think my dad, seen her a few times. It's not a big thing, but like they almost make it a social thing. Now I understand Catholic schools and other private schools, that makes sense. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can say, okay, you're black, you can't come to this school. You're white, you can't come to school. Now, you can't do that nowadays because of the Civil Rights Act. But in a proper, free, privatized, capitalist society, in a free market, you should be able to say you're yellow, you're brown, you're red, you're white. I don't want you here. It's only for black people. You're a woman. You can't come to the school, and you can't petition. You can't come. Trying to make the court say you can. This is only a boys' school. This is only a transgender school. I don't know what it's going to be like in the future. This is the only trans school. Only transgender people can come to the school. But we don't have that nowadays, and it's a shame that so many cases it keeps on coming up. Boy suspended, boy expelled, young girl suspended, young girl expelled because of mother's OnlyFans page. She's making $150,000 a month. $150,000 a month. She's making millions of dollars. Millions. And what is she getting in return? Something her son is suspended from school because she's trying to put food on the table and doing it well. Is it really just the Karens who are salty because they couldn't do what the women who are on OnlyFans are doing? Is that what's happening? That's what we have to look at. That's what we have to understand. That's what we have to address. That's what we have to continue to fight for, is freedom and privatization. Privatizing schools is the number one thing to do alongside medical healthcare. Privatizing healthcare and privatizing in the education system. That's the key to it. Make it economic. Make it economical. Apple schools, Amazon schools, Google schools. And if they have to pay, make it pay. But I have a site called vocal.media. There are no advertisements. There's no ads. It's just memberships. And sometimes you don't even have to have a membership. You can just join the site for free. You don't have all the perks, but that's what is the incentive for you to pay. So you have all the perks, of course. But this is just a sad situation to me. This is a very, distressing, thing. The kid has nothing to do with his mom. She's an adult. She's making those decisions. He's getting suspended from school because of his mom's only fans page. Are you kidding me? That's disgusting. Who is up in arms about this besides the Karens? Are fathers up in arms about this? Oh well, yeah. I would say yes. She should be taken out. He should be taken out of school because of her. I doubt that highly. Straight men, even gay men, I guess, would say the same thing. That's the the weird way we are in, the weird era we are in right now. Like I said, it's been going on for decades, probably since the 19th century when there were brothels. The kids had, after they were done working all day, they would have lessons and study or something like that. Or sometimes the women in the brothel have a child, and she have enough money to make them go to school, make the little kids go to school. In the 19th century, and probably the early 20th century too, and mid to late 20th century definitely. OnlyFans is a completely legal way of expressing yourself. That's freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Oh, you came in late, Baha. You came in late. Salute to you. You're a man of your word. You're a man of your word, my friend. You're a man of your word. So that's 160 minus 10. It's 147. $13 raised. $147 to go. Yes. Salute to you. Jackson just stepped in. Thank him for dropping $13 on my head. Y'all niggas ain't dropping $13 on my head, so I appreciate it. I appreciate Baha Jackson. He's one of the only ones left. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what happened to Courtney. I don't know what happened to Chelsea. I don't know what happened to Height. These are my main. I mean, I advertised for Spirit. Spirit actually gave me money this year, but these have, since the beginning of the year, they haven't given me $1. They haven't. I'm not even looking for $1. I'm just looking for their support. Just looking for somebody to come in the room. He dropped 13 chocolate nuggets. Baja Blast. Rick James is definitely a special character. Definitely a special character. So I think it's completely abhorrent. I think it's hateful. It's vicious. It's nasty. It's disgusting how children are being penalized for what their parents do. So what is that? What is that like is that like a cop? A cop who goes, kills a young black man, shoots a black teen in his back, and he's going to prison. So the little child is suspended from school for that. Is the child suspended because of his father's actions or his mother's actions? She shot an unarmed teen in the back. Is it his fault? How is that any? I don't see what the difference is here. OnlyFans is a promotional site. It promotes sexuality. It promotes, business, and they tie together. I mean, some of them are not even that sexualized. Some are just showing their feet, getting $3,000 a week, showing their feet. They're not even, necessarily sexual. They're not showing, any titillating photographs or video or anything like that. It's just they're one of their a foot. Rick James says in the Michael Myers movies, he was bullied because his mother was a stripper, and that's what made him into Boogeyman. It can be a reality. I didn't even realize that. BS is in the place. Rick James. Okay, not even gonna repeat it. Not gonna kick you out, BS. Not gonna kick you out. Not gonna put you in timeout. Not gonna suspend you, or definitely not make you a moderator. But it it's just very goofy. It's strange. It's a very strange kind of position to be in, because we have to realize the fact that we're attuned to being creatures of, of want. We want things, we desire things, and that just happens to be something that, OnlyFans offers. A woman says, looks down at her body. I look pretty good. She looks at her face in the mirror. I'm all, hey, I'm sexy. I should be on this site. Little kid, that's why she's got a kid, probably. She's somebody's baby mama. He ran up in there, shot the club up, got the kid. Kid dropped. Kid went to school. Kid may be getting bullied again. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. See, I don't know if it's true about the Michael Myers movie. I have to look that. I have to look into that. That seems interesting. His mother was a stripper, an exotic dancer. That's the politically correct way of saying it. That's the woke way of saying it. An exotic dancer, stripper, or at a booby bar, titty bar. That's what it comes down to. But no, this is a complete injustice. This is completely unjust, completely disturbing. I would vote against this every time. I would vote for private schools. Like I said, especially, faith-based schools. I can definitely understand them. They want to have their, their whole idealism of being righteous, and they're completely, hypocritical, because Catholic churches, especially, Catholic priests touching little boys and stuff like that. No real uproar. I'm glad there was a movie called Spotlight about it and it won the Best Picture Oscar. At least there was uproar around that. There was uproar around, not around the movie, but uproar around, different things that happened during the early 2000s and into the mid 2000s. And they had a book about it. I read the book and I saw the movie. It's very engrossing. The movie is not as bad as the book. The book is excellent, and written word. It's excellently written, but it's very graphic. Yeah, Life with Grandpa. No uproar for that. Exactly. See, Rick James knows that was a disturbing show. If anybody has time, go watch Life with Grandpa. Was it 1985 or something like that? Yeah, Life with Grandpa is completely wrong, vicious, ugly, disgusting. Not just the creepy puppets, but the message. If you're bad, you're gonna get a spanking, and because Jesus loves you because of that. Like, it's just very wrong, vicious, and ugly. Normalizing abuse of minors. Yes, Rick James is. I think he's sobering. I think he's sobering up. That was exactly what I was gonna say. It's normalizing abuse of minors. That's exactly what I was saying. I think that's an astute observation, Rick James, if I must say so myself. But I think this has to stop, and it will stop with private schools, because if private schools all got to get, if they were saying like, okay, we're going to stop this, there's not going to be any students here that will have their parent as an OnlyFans model. That's not going to happen. And if every school like that, then the OnlyFans would have to be pressured and they would have to say, "Oh well, we can't have that. We gotta retool our approach." Just like Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish was a dating site, hence the name Plenty of Fish. People say there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's a lot of women and men, or whoever you want to be, um, out there for you. That was the whole business model. It was a dating site. But now, ever since the pandemic, really, about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, they switched to a streaming service where you can get paid in different gifts, and people are really feeding for that dragon. That dragon is something serious. But yeah, so people are really looking forward to having that, to having the idea of Plenty of Fish in their life. It's in my life. I'm using it. I'm seeing beautiful women all the time. But that I think is what is so important to realize. What I would ask you, would you let your child go to school, go to today in non-privatized, just regular government schools? Would you let them go to school and you're an OnlyFans model, male or female? Because I'm sure they have males on OnlyFans too, or transgender too. A chick with a dick, you know, or two penises or something like that, two vaginas. I don't, whatever they can concoct and come up with nowadays. That's what I think is at work right now. Yes, definite pause. But yeah, so it's very weird. It's a very weird situation, but it's not that difficult. It's weird, but it's not difficult. It's simple. Privatize schools. That's all you have to do. Today, government schools, I don't know, your best bet will be homeschooling. If you can find time to strip down and jiggle something for the camera. I mean, I read online. Rick James says I read online some cartoon character has OnlyFans. Well, maybe I'm sure they have hentai, or hente, or whatever you pronounce it. But the reality is that these are, choices that we make. And she had the idea to make $150,000 a year. Excuse me, a month, not even a year. That's pretty good money as it is, $150,000 a year. But if $150,000 a month, you're a millionaire. And she's getting penalized for that. That's abhorrent. That is ugly. That is shameful. She's just trying to send her kid to school. So, I mean, what's the next option? Go to a different school. They don't want you to go to another school. And with the money you're making, you should be able to go to a private, religious school, or non-faith-based school, I should say. They say religious is like doing the same thing. It's like brushing your teeth. That's like religious. Or putting on your clothes. That's like religious. So I say faith-based. Faith-based to say specifically what it is. So, against, the faith-based schools, you can definitely solution, get him homeschooled. Exactly. You messed up the words, but I understand what you meant. Get him homeschooled. That's it. And he'll probably have a better education than most other kids. And he may grow up to have his own OnlyFans page. He may not even go to college. That's not a degree. What degree is giving you $150,000 a month? You got to be a CEO or something. You got to be a COO or something, CTO, CFO. You got to be CO something to get $150,000 a month. Are you kidding me? This kid, he's growing up. I don't know if he's seen his mother on OnlyFans. Hopefully not, because it's not for minors. But he's aware, I'm sure, of the fact that his mother has a different style job that most mothers do not have, and that they're most likely envious in this. And I have to ask Dr. Brooke what age we are in. Are we in the age of envy still, and to what extent Are we better or worse than what Ayn Rand outlined so many years ago? That's my question. That's what I want to know. Rick James says minors have access to anything and everything via the internet. Facts on facts on facts. But I can't promote it. I will never promote it. I can't. Like, I started watching porn when I was like 15, 14, 15, something like that. I can't promote that. Even though I was 14 or 15, I can't. 36-year-old man, 35. I'm adding time to myself. 35-year-old man right now cannot say, yeah, kids, yeah, 14, 15, go watch porn. Yeah, and do that. I can't vouch for that. I can only say myself. I was watching Pimps Up, Hose Down on HBO. I was watching Real Sex. I was watching Pornocopia, all of that. I was watching everything I could to understand the female genitalia. I want to know. I want to know better. And I have to thank so many people, so many female pornographic actresses, not necessarily, uh, porn stars, but pornographic actresses and adult films actors. Um, I have to thank them, actresses, whatever. Greg S is in here. I didn't realize Greg S is swooped in. I can't call him a broke bum nigga anymore. I would never call him a broke bum nigga. He dropped $7.25 on me. Let's say if he dropped $7.25 on me today, so it can go up to $20.25. It'll be $20.25 if he does. I have $20.25 in an hour. That's a good work. You're on that freaknik time. Well, hey, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Greg has put your money where your mouth is. Well, I'm not gonna pressure him too hard because I didn't pressure him too much, and I just turned around and I looked, I was like, he dropped $7.25. Greg S, get out of here. I was like, what? That was special. That was a special occasion. So I appreciate Greg S. I appreciate Baja Jackson. He came in, was like, what's this got to do with Yay? Then he came out, he dropped $13 on my head. So I appreciate it. And that might need a pause, Rick James. I think Rick James is the brokey now. yeah. Rick James is always gonna be cool with me because he brought people to this platform. He brought BS to the platform. He brought Sammy to the platform. He's gonna promote on another channel, so I appreciate that definitely, fully. And when he gets his OnlyFans page, I'm gonna tell all my female friends to go and check him out, and tell my gay the men who happen to be gay to go check him out. Oh man. But yeah, he'll probably clean up. He's 75-year-old veteran. He'll probably get money. He got a 25-year-old girlfriend, or 35-year-old, 25-year-old. Yeah, I think he's 25. He's 50 years his junior. I think, is that right, Rick James? You're 75, she's 25, 23. Excuse me. Good point. 23. So what is that? 52 years you're junior. She's 52 years your senior. Her senior. You in Sosua Drive. What is it? I don't know what I'm talking about. But I think all this has to be erased. All this has to be erased. We have to have private schools for examples just like this. Because private schools will say, "Hey, what? Sorry, you can't be that way. You can't have OnlyFans and a child in this school. No, sorry." And that's secular. A secular private school can say that, not just a faith-based school, but a secular private school can say, "No, sorry, you're gonna have to go elsewhere." And the best thing is to do is to hire. She has enough money, $150,000 a month. What? Let me just make sure I got that figure correct. Here's the story. This is from February. This is from last month. Mom who makes 150K a month from OnlyFans says Catholic school expelled her son expelled her 3 sons because of her page. She looks like she would have to have 3 sons. But yeah, it's a Catholic school. I don't see a problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Definitely a Catholic school, yeah. You can't no. You can't be on OnlyFans and then have your sons here. I'm sorry. We don't go by that standard. Jesus made them titties, made them asses, made them ass cheeks for you to clap. But we can't have that kind of image in our school. We can't have that. Dominican Republic. Oh, Dominican Republic. No, I'm not in Dominican Republic. Of course I'm not. Where you going, Greg? You're backpedaling now. You missed out. Yeah, the topic is what I just said. Oh, I gotta look it up. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Mom who makes 150K a month from OnlyFans says Catholic school expelled her 3 sons because of her page. This whole mentality of harassing a mom to get her kids out of school, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that. Crystal Jackson says. She's 44. She's a MILF. She's a definite MILF. You know? And the photos that she has on the for the article are very, tasteful. They're not even, too racy. I mean, she might have nudity on the pages, but just for the sake of the article, she's wearing clothes, obviously. Oh my God, that don't, Rick James, don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna mess up my brain. Jesus made them like how Grandpa made the robot in Life with Grandpa. That completely threw me. I was like, what were they thinking? It reminds me of Yay. Like he's all, Christian and for Jesus and everything, but he's got his wife's, hoo-ha, her JJ showing, right next to him. And, she's got her breasts out. She's got her boobies hanging. I don't think they say sexy. They say little robot specifically made for him or something like that. But that's where we are right now, kids. That's where we are. We're at a point where we have to, punish people for their virtues. I can see if she was ugly and overweight or obese, and which people like on OnlyFans, by the way. It's whatever you like. Is if you like overweight and obese people and ugly people, sure, go for it, and they'll probably make $50,000 to $150,000 a year too, or a month too. Keep saying a year, a month. It'll be the same situation, same exact situation. So we have to really regard these stories, because they're going to come up. There's going to be more, as the difference. We have to set aside the difference. In a fully free market and under capitalism, there will be so many schools, so many different ways that you can get money, so many different ways you can get paid, so many different ways that there's going to be parents on adults only sites, and there will be enough schools where you won't have to homeschool. Homeschooling will probably do him the best do all 3 of them. I didn't know it was that many, but all 3 of her sons the best justice. All 3 of her sons will have the best opportunity because of homeschooling. That's the best part. That's what's so beautiful. Are you saying Cece or Ceci? You're not putting the X in there. They do say, I didn't even realize it. I was just so thrown by the creepiness. It was some creepy stuff you got going on, Rick James. I don't know. But I appreciate you. Salute to you. But yeah, so in the fleeting time, I would like to say thank you, and thanks to Baha Jackson, of course. He came through with $13. Thank you to Greg S for being, his normal hating self against me for being a non-Dominican. I'm not a Dominican. I'm definitely FBA. Yeah, so I appreciate the fact that so many of you are my subscribers, and definitely tell 10 people about me, but not 11. Just let the 11th person understand it on their own terms. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much. He actually got most of my name right. Skyler Saunder, and didn't miss the S. I'm telling Rachel's Ghost tomorrow, and you missed the O. But thank you all. I appreciate you. Take care.